Hello. Welcome to the stream. Can you guys hear us? Can you see us? How's everything turning out? Good?
I think we're good.
I think we're good. Okay, you know what? For the record, Nerdrotic has these issues every single week, and he's been doing this for years. So I
Yeah,
guess I'm
that's fair.
equivalating myself with a boomer, but oh well. You know. First time streamers. So, hi guys. Welcome. This is what we look like. Well, you already saw what I looked like on Tuesday if you tuned in, because I'm a pro Twitch streamer if you didn't know. So, check
Yeah,
me
you
out.
couldn't tell by the start of this.
Hey, we're learning.
Yeah.
We're getting there. We'll do it. Yeah, I'm Nate, and Zach's not with us tonight, but Nick and Tyler are. So let's talk some nerdum tonight, guys. Say hello to all our viewers out there.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
So there is a lot to cover tonight. We don't really have a main topic, but we do have a lot of news. I know I keep saying we're not a news podcast, but we're turning out to be a news podcast, it seems like. But there's just so many good things to talk about right now, so we should talk about them. So we also have some trailers, some really cringy woke trailers to watch tonight. We're gonna do a live reaction for you guys, and of course we're gonna talk about Mando episode 2 for season 3. So there's quite a bit to talk about tonight. So before we start, I'm drinking a Voodoo Ranger Imperial IPA. So one of my favorites. What are you guys
Nice.
drinking?
I'm drinking Blade and Bow. It's a really good one. It's
One of
made
the best.
Yeah.
I do love
Stitzel
me some
Weller.
Blade and Bow.
I'm
Yeah.
closing out the chapter. The last, truly.
The last,
The last
truly.
one. I will be a white girl no more after this one.
Nice.
Unless Nate brings more to my house. So,
Right.
but yeah,
Which could happen.
it's very possible.
So.
Yeah.
All right. So because we're live, you get to see all our live troubleshoots, which happen a lot. You know, professionals have issues, and we're professionals.
We do have issues.
Yeah. So first, before we get into our weeks, I just gotta do a little quick shout out because Steven Crowder, guys, is back. Mug Club is back on March 20th, so about a week from Monday. Steven Crowder's back, so he's gonna be. I think we pretty much guessed it, but he has a full. He has a, what would you call it? A contract with Rumble. So he signed with them, which is great. Rumble's awesome. But that's just for the Louder with Crowder show. The Mug Club portion is on locals now. He did decrease the price. It's now $89 a year instead of $99 a year, and you bet I just signed up already. Because if you did the Mug Club Forever back in December, you get 3 months free on your subscription. So that's pretty dope. They're not a sponsor for us, but I love Steven Crowder, so we're going to do a little hype here for him. So if you haven't signed up yet, do it. You get the first 3 months free. And they're doing a lot more. I think he said they're doing about double the content they were doing before, plus an added Friday show. So that's pretty dope. The Friday show is only for Mug Clubbers, too. So if you haven't signed up, go check it out. So that's really exciting. That's probably the best news we've gotten this week. So
It's beautiful email.
Yep. Fantastic. So so let's get into our weeks. I've been pretty much only playing Hogwarts, of course. You guys watched a few of those hours of me playing Hogwarts on Tuesday. I was supposed to stream on Monday, but of course, technical difficulties. But hey,
I wasn't around to help you for that one.
no, that was just an issue with my Wi-Fi. So, but we're good to go. We are on Twitch now. We're on YouTube, and I'm streaming hopefully every Monday and Tuesday night. So you can check me out there. It's twitch.tv/talking_nerds. And only playing Hogwarts right now. As soon as I beat it, I might play more just because I'll probably try to 100% it, but I don't know how long I want to spend on it. I do want to get back into New World soon because I've been itching to play that since.
We should play together.
Yeah, I agree. And honestly, I haven't played it since it released, so I've heard it's
Me neither.
amazing now. And the community's huge on it, so you're definitely going to run into a lot of people on it. So yeah, I'm hyped for it. Catch Tyler and I playing probably in April, I imagine. So
Is that an open world game?
it is an open world MMO.
Yeah.
It's an MMO, so it's
Okay, MMO.
it's only PC though, unfortunately.
Ah,
That's why you should just build a PC, Nick. It's better.
So much better.
Just build,
Yeah, maybe.
start budgeting now and plan ahead, and eventually you'll get there. Just save a little bit of money at a time,
And then everything you buy will be out of date in a year.
So-
right, that's true.
sorry, honey, we can't buy a house for another month
Right.
because I have to build a PC.
Yep,
Worth it.
totally. So I've been doing a lot of Hogwarts, a lot of planning, working on the show here because we are trying to expand, obviously, as you can see tonight. So we'll just keep working on making it better for you guys and creating better content. We're definitely a lot more present on our socials now. Tyler's taken over that, so we'll keep working on creating good stuff there. I've also been trying to get back into Attack on Titan because the new season did just come out, so I got to catch up. So I've been trying to do that tomorrow night. I'm just binging Attack on Titan. So other than that, I've been listening to Sorcerer's Stone. I'm almost done. I got about like half an hour left. So those books are so good. I'm like really into Harry Potter thingy right now. It's just so good. Never thought I'd be a Potter pal, but here we are.
A Potter pal. I think they call them Potterheads.
They do call them Potterheads, but
That sounds better.
yeah, I like Potter pal better. And had dropped off of Last of Us a while ago. Might pick it up again. I don't know. Probably not.
I kind of want to finish it all the way through. I've watched only 2 episodes, and it's not because of anything wrong with it yet.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
I don't have HBO right now, so it's like.
Well, that might change.
So-
We'll see.
Well, right. But
Yeah.
but I'm like right now I don't have it, so I can't
Right.
watch it.
Yeah. So dropped that off. Watching Mandalorian, which we are reviewing, and gonna go see the movie 65 this weekend, which is the Adam Driver movie where he goes back in time somehow. I'm not really sure how the whole plot, but essentially there's dinosaurs and Adam Driver, so we'll see.
I think it was something about humans discovering Earth. I don't
know what that means, but we'll see. But yeah, we got some movies coming up too. Next weekend we got Shazam 2. Then we got John Wick 4 the week after that. And then we got I think D&D. Ugh. Yep. We're gonna go watch it though. And we're gonna review it.
Don't tell me what I'm gonna do.
I will tell you what you can do.
Okay, boss.
And then we got Super Mario Bros. 2 coming up. So we got a lot of movies coming up here in the next month. So expect a lot of reviews coming. I didn't want to be a
I'm
review
kind of
podcast, but
I'm kind of excited
we
for
are.
Super Mario's.
I'm hyped for Super Mario Bros.
Yeah.
I'm hyped for that, and I'm really hyped for John Wick 4.
Oh yeah.
But the other two, yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
Shazam 2 might be kind of funny, but that's being optimistic. So
Yeah.
Sounds like
for
our
sure.
podcast is becoming the one thing we swore to destroy.
pretty much. We'll get back into some of those main topics. There's just a lot going on right now. So, but yeah. So Nick, what have you been up to?
Not a whole lot. This was a busy week, but I did beat BioShock. Unfortunately, I did do it on easy. It was my first game ever, so I was like, okay, I'll do it. I'll do this easy. But it was too easy. It was
Yeah.
very easy. But yeah, the main bad guy at the end was super weird. He was this super like jacked up on drugs, and
On the
I don't know.
roids.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a creepy game. But
Yeah, it's kind of
fun.
like a horror game. Not really,
Yeah.
but kind of.
Yeah, there's not a lot of jump scares. I mean, I guess people attacking you, but
Yeah.
I don't know. And then I did more Batman Arkham Asylum, which is pretty fun. I was just about to face Scarecrow, and I stopped for a sec, but so
Yeah.
my first big bad there. Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's pretty much. And watching Mandalorian.
Okay.
Nice.
Hey, Tyler, will we see both YouTube and Twitch comments chat in OBS or just Twitch?
I'm not quite sure. That might be something we need to experiment with.
Okay.
Um,
Well, you know what we need? We need people to comment. That's what we need.
yes, we do.
So if you're watching, send us a comment, even if it's a hateful comment, even if you call us bigots. We want it.
We'll take it.
We'll take
we'll
it.
take
Did you send that on YouTube? Comment that on YouTube?
I did both.
Okay.
Both.
It worked. I got one, so I probably got the Twitch one.
Yeah, probably because that's what Streamlabs is gonna read.
Right. Yep. Well, we'll get there. Maybe we'll have super chats eventually. I hope so.
I'll keep an eye on YouTube comments and chat.
Yeah. Awesome. And if you haven't yet, join our Discord. We desperately want you to talk to us.
We need more friends.
Please. No. But Tyler, what have you been up to?
Well, honestly, it's been a kind of a crazy week. On the tech side of this show.
Being my
Trying to
IT
figure out
guy.
everything. Being your on-call
Yeah.
IT guy.
On
No, I've
call
enjoyed it,
during
though.
the stream. Yeah.
I've enjoyed it though. It's been a lot of fun. This is something I definitely enjoy.
Yeah.
And I think I have a knack for. We'll see. We'll see how the show
I
improves.
think you do.
But it's something that I enjoy doing. It's something that I'm kind of good at. So that kind of goes hand in hand and it's fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, so really working on social media side of things for the show. Trying to sharpen the video editing skill. But yeah, so I've been working on show stuff, and then we had, okay, I know Nick, you're probably not there yet, but we had a back-to-back banger episodes on Wednesday from Bad Batch and Mandalorian. In my opinion.
Yeah.
And I know we're gonna talk about Mandalorian later, but Bad Batch, phenomenal. And last
Yeah,
week
I'm a
was
little
also
behind.
phenomenal. So
Yeah, I'm definitely behind
how
on
far are
Bad
you in?
Batch.
How far are you in, Nick?
I think I'm only 5 episodes in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, so amazing Bad Batch episode. Finally seeing what I want to see.
Yeah.
And then I thought Mandalorian was really sick, in my opinion. But those two, unfortunately, I'm having some PC issues for Hogwarts. But I think today's
It's not
patch-
politically correct enough for you. Is that what...
Yeah, I can't stand J.K. Rowling.
We need
stance
at least
on
one
trans
more
people.
transgender character in the game, and then it might be
Right.
okay.
I just don't know why she hates them, but then also has them in the game. For me, it's the hypocrite.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
That's why I don't play the game.
Yep.
No. I'm just having some PC troubles. CPU specifically. Not
There was
political
just a
correctness.
patch.
But yeah, so there was a patch today, so I'm gonna test that out after the show and
Already
see
got it downloaded.
how we're looking. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing. A lot of tech work instead of gaming, but we'll get to a spot where that's flip-flopped. So
Yep.
yeah.
You know what you got to do is you got to schedule time for content, for like consuming content. You know.
Well, the problem is I also have to do content for social media.
True.
Not
We
a
don't
problem,
work
not a
on the podcast while
problem.
we're at our day jobs. That doesn't
Because
happen.
the
No,
problem
never.
is we actually have day jobs.
Listen, I do not just sit on Canva and Photoshop. No shot.
Yeah. That's what lunch breaks are for. So.
Yeah, right.
Totally.
You guys get lunch breaks?
Yeah. Right. Well, we kind of have some things. We have a couple news items, and then there's some articles we're gonna go through on some woke stuff, and then we're gonna review some Mando and trailers. So yeah, it's gonna be kind of chill, but we're gonna go through it. So there, I don't know why we didn't talk about this last week, but 2 weeks ago, WB announced new Lord of the Rings movies happening. And we, of course, are very skeptical about that. So I'm gonna share my screen. Make sure I can do it. I should be able to. Can you guys see this on the stream?
Oh yeah. No, we can't.
No, you can't.
There it is.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So I'm gonna kind of read through this. You can see my Elden Ring background. How about that? So Warner Brothers Pictures is revamping the Lord of the Rings film franchise. On Thursday evening call, Warner Bros. Discovery CEO David Zaslav, who's now who put he kind of took over recently. He was the one who kind of spearheaded the whole new DCU stuff happening, and he's the one who canceled Batgirl, all that stuff. So that was him. Had brokered a deal to make multiple films based on the J.R. Tolkien books. The projects will be developed through WB label New Line Cinema, so it is the same thing. And it's potentially Peter Jackson as well. So, first Lord of the Rings trilogy, helmed by Peter Jackson, grossed nearly $3 billion. Jackson's follow-up trilogy, The Hobbit, matched those. And I'm hearing a lot of people say don't remake Lord of the Rings, or don't revamp Lord of the Rings, which I obviously agree with, based on what happened with Rings of Power. Just remake the Hobbit movies because they sucked. They were terrible.
Mm-hmm. At least the third one, or most of the second one too.
Well, half honestly, of the second one, all of the third one.
Just redo it. I think it's fine at this point. Hollywood is so in trouble. They need to just redo certain things. Just like forget it happened. We'll redo the sequel trilogy. We'll redo the Hobbit series. Just cancel freaking Rings of Power and start over again. We are forgiving. We just want to see good stuff. So
the problem is they're going to start redoing all the stuff that they shouldn't, because the loudest people in the room are the people that they're going to pander to,
right?
Which unfortunately is the woke side. So, like, we're not going to see. I am not confident in these revamps at all, and it's sad. They're just going to ruin. They're going to taint what we've got from the first trilogy of Lord of the Rings, and then I don't know how, but they're going to make it worse for The Hobbit if they decide to redo that as well, because they're going to pander to the loudest people in the room, which unfortunately is not us, what we actually want to see.
Exactly.
And it's not that we want to see conservative content. We want to see true to the source material content.
Right.
Like, it's not even about being conservative or liberal or woke. It's about being true to the source material.
Exactly. Yep.
Right. Yeah, something like Lord of the Rings doesn't need to be revamped. You just got to watch it again, and that's the revamp.
There you go.
Right.
Maybe remaster it with like the original film.
So I think I need to switch this over because this is kind of bugging me. Can you guys see this?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to move this over here. Okay. Sorry, guys. We'll figure this out. We'll get this more professional. But at least you can see my screen better. And I don't have to be like, wee. So, all right. So we look forward to speaking with okay, so they've been attached to the project, but in a statement, Variety, Jackson and his main Lord of the Rings collaborators said they have kept us in the loop every step of the way. So basically, we're pretty sure they're going to be, that Jackson will be helming these films. So, I mean, the rest of this is kind of crap. Essentially, what we're looking at here is probably either sequels or something different in the Lord of the Rings shows. Now, I have heard it's kind of been snubbing the Rings of Power, which I enjoy, but at the same time, it's going to be exactly like it, just a little different. Probably not, you know, probably not as woke, but I can't imagine anything good, even close to what we got beforehand, with the original trilogy. So I'm rolling my eyes like I roll my eyes at everything now. Pretty much. That's my view on it. I don't know how you guys feel about it.
It's like the saying, same crap, different day, or whatever they say.
Same shit, different day.
Yeah. Honestly, I would just say
that's what I say when I start pooping at 11:59 at night, and then it's midnight. I'm like, same shit, different day.
I think that right now, for most of, I would say, except for Star Wars, in my heart, everything is guilty until proven innocent. Especially with MCU. And I know I'm not that big of a Lord of the Rings fan, but I watched maybe 1, maybe 2 episodes of Rings of Power and I turned it off. So right now, like, Lord of the Rings, to me, guilty until proven innocent. Like, until you show me what you're working on, I can't believe any of the content, any of the news that you're gonna give us.
Exactly.
Yep.
I agree. Put this over here so you guys can see our faces. Yeah. So we'll see about that. In other news too, this is actually good news. Hogwarts Legacy has announced future projects such as movies within the Hogwarts Legacy world. Well, I shouldn't say world, but time period. Also future games, which obviously was going to happen. And then I think maybe some other stuff. I can't remember exactly what else, but at least the movies and the games I'm excited for. I imagine that they weren't sure this was going to do well based on the backlash that's been building up. But I mean, obviously we proved them wrong. The game has outperformed. Well, we already talked about it last week, but even before it even came out officially, it was top seller on every platform imaginable. It hasn't even come out on PS4 or Xbox One or Xbox, any past system. So, or Switch, which the Nintendo market's huge. This game outperformed I think what their expectations were, and so now they're kind of planning ahead. So I'm excited for that. That'll be pretty great for the future. Also in news, we had the Crunchyroll Anime Awards, which I put in the Discord. If you haven't joined our Discord yet, we do have an anime channel where you can check that out. We're not going to really talk about it here because I'm the only one who watches anime. But
for now,
yeah. But of course, Attack on Titan did win. They did win a lot this year, and then I believe who won Anime of the Year? Let's see. Let's check it out. While it loads. Anime of the Year is Cyberpunk Edgerunners, which is a Netflix original based off of the Cyberpunk game, Cyberpunk 2077, which I did start playing last year. And it still had some issues, so I haven't picked it up since. I've heard it's gotten a lot better. But basically, the show has a lot of Easter eggs that you can find in the game, which is pretty cool. I heard it was a really good anime. I started it and I got like 5 seconds in, and I was like, I'm gonna watch something else. Which is my problem. But I've heard a lot of good things about it. honestly, I'll just pull this up here. So, Demon Slayer won a couple of good things. Best character design, best animation, best One Piece won best continuing series, which is it's One Piece. It's one of the big three. And then Spy Family, however you say it. I think X is usually silent. Like Hunter x Hunter is just Hunter x Hunter. So, but this is a brand new anime. Just came out last year. Everyone was hyping it up, so it did win best new series. Best opening sequence, which I assume is from the new season of Attack on Titan. No spoilers. I haven't watched it yet. And best score they won. Jujutsu Kaisen, of course, won something. Best anime. And then best main character was, of course, Eren, the main character in Attack on Titan. So they won a lot. Demon Slayer won a lot. So, yeah. Check it out. Check the rest out on our Discord if you haven't joined yet. Go ahead and do that. But, yeah. Anime is awesome. So if you haven't watched anime yet, hit me up on Discord, and I can talk to you about recommendations. We lost Nick. I don't know what happened to him. I think his Wi-Fi cut out because he's been having Wi-Fi issues lately.
Yeah.
So he'll be back. Or I should probably let him in. I think I have to.
Is he sitting there waiting?
He's probably sitting there waiting. Let me stop sharing for a second.
So we did get a Twitch comment asking what our top picks for Oscar winner is. I don't know if you know.
You know what?
What's up for Best Picture, but I'm just gonna throw this out there. Mine is definitely Top Gun Maverick. Like, I just hope it wins.
I'm so sorry. We are so bad at. We'll get there.
Yep, we're working on it.
I'll be completely honest. I think the Oscars are woke as F. So
Well, they are, but I can still have my hopes and dreams, even if they're gonna get crushed.
So I have not cared about the Oscars in a very long time. There he is.
Yeah.
But
I just think the Top Gun Maverick literally swept the nation when it came out. I mean, I know you're not on TikTok, but that was everywhere. And I just think like it's possible. I say unlikely, but possible. And I just hope, like, in my heart, as a Top Gun fan, I just, hope it wins. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
Yeah,
who's the most
definitely
handsome?
Top movie of the year.
Who's the most handsome talking nerd? That's the question we just got on Twitch. Definitely
Nathan. I think we're all in agreement here.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate
I think
that.
Did he pay you to say that? Because he paid me to say
I don't get paid yet. I don't get paid yet.
I don't even pay myself yet, guys. So, was the first or second Top Gun better? Okay, that's a controversial question, actually.
Yeah, it is.
I'll be honest. I had not seen the first Top Gun movie until last year.
Same.
And so I watched it. I'm like, this is gay. Like, holy crap.
Whoa.
It's a good movie, but it's just like very, homoerotic. It's kind of interesting. But I liked it. It was fine.
I disagree.
Yeah, it was good.
It's fine, but the second one blew me away, honestly. So my personal pick is the second one. I'm sure a lot of people will say the first one just out of pure nostalgia because, of course, it's a great movie. It's one of the classics. But I just think because of everything with Hollywood today, it was very refreshing and nice to see a good classic all-American movie. So I really liked the second one. But
yeah, I think the only reason the second one might be better for people is it hits the nostalgia bone in a way. So like why most people would say, oh, I think the second one's probably better. Also, Miles Teller, come on. I mean,
yes, look at that mustache.
He's so good.
So
Yeah.
so like that had it going
That's
for him.
good.
But I think the story of the first one, I mean,
Yeah.
like a coming together, like enemies become friends.
That mustache. I know.
Enemies become friends. You lose friends. You lose brothers. I think all around it's just a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
Um,
And it
so I
was
would
like
edge
I
it
got
over the second one.
goosebumps, I got goosebumps just when he's like I'll
Goosebumps.
prove to you. Yeah, goose bumps.
Goose.
Got rooster bumps.
Rooster,
Rooster
bumps.
bumps. I was just gonna say
Ew.
that.
I got those
Yeah.
cock
No.
bumps.
I was just thinking, like, I think the first one is what creates the nostalgia that the second one has. But like,
Yeah.
I got goosebumps when they pulled out the Tomcat at the end. I was hyped for that. I was like, oh, let's go.
Oh,
That was
shit.
awesome.
Yeah, no, it was
That
good.
was awesome.
Yeah. I think by watching the first, it makes the second that much better. I don't think you could just watch the second and it be as good as it was without seeing the
Right.
first.
Right. And so that's why I've got to edge the first over the second, but not by much because they're both fantastic.
By the way, thank you, Super Captain, for all your questions. We appreciate it. Thank you for your chats. Also, follow us if you haven't yet. But thanks for tuning in. He's got another question, or she, I don't know. It's a mystery. They got you, bro. It's a dude.
It's a dude.
Did I hear that Return of the King is coming to theaters for a short time again? You did hear that correctly. Thank you for following. Yes, it is coming back to theaters for the 20 year anniversary. So I can't remember when exactly, but I mean, maybe the Talking Nerds will be going to see it. Maybe I'll put it in the contract. We'll see.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. No,
Can't change it after we sign it.
Right. Yeah. We haven't written up contracts yet. Yeah. So the Return of the King is my favorite movie of all time. I love that movie. So, a lot of people think it's the worst of the three Lord of the Rings movies, which I'm like, how? That's interesting take, but
It's a trick question. None of them are the worst.
well,
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
I think a lot of people say that because, like, Christopher Tolkien had a lot of issues with the Jackson movies because there was a lot of action rather than character and story development. So he believed it didn't stay true to Tolkien's original, vision of Middle Earth. But it's all perspective, isn't it? Because we got Rings of Power. So, if you're like a Tolkien loyalist, I can see why you might think it's the worst of the three. But I love action movies. I grew up on those movies, and that movie was hype. So, yeah, I am very excited to go see it in theaters. So, yeah, maybe we'll go do that.
Yeah.
My ex-girlfriend doesn't like Lord of the Rings. How do I change her mind?
Well, there's
I
a
think
reason she's your ex.
I think
right?
it's too late for that.
Yeah,
I think
it's too
you
late
did
for
the
that.
right thing.
Cast her into the fire.
Yeah, that's right. She's her
Oh.
wife now.
Dang
Shoot,
it.
dang.
Oh, I take that back.
Never
Well,
mind. Keep her. Don't cast her. into-
Cherish her.
I'll do
Cherish.
cherish her, but
Love She
she,
got us in the first half. Not gonna lie.
if she's gonna honor you as her husband, she's gotta respect Lord of the Rings. So
I'm actually kind of in a similar boat. I tried with my wife to start, and she fell asleep. Fellowship of the Ring. So I kind of vibe with that question. Not gonna lie. What's your guys' answers?
I mean, it's a love story. There's a lot of good things with Arwen and Aragorn. Aragorn is like a role model of how men should act. The men in Lord of the Rings are all good role models of being respectful, upright men who are tender, but
And the
also strong and willing to
Yeah.
sacrifice everything and fight hard. But the women are also good.
That's a good example of strong women that aren't
Oh yeah,
um
Arwen,
over-
Eowyn.
overstepping. I think maybe is the correct word. But they complement the men that they're either in a relationship with or they're interacting with. Instead of trying to like get ahead of them or be better than them, they compliment them, and it shows in the movie that that works best.
Those are some Proverbs 31 women in there.
There are.
There is.
Yeah, there's a lot of every character is respectable in their own way, and except for the bad ones. Those are obviously, there's a good distinction between good and evil. It's just good story writing. So, I would say skip all the Treebeard scenes and, try to get through the first movie and get into the second movie, and maybe she'll like it better. Because my girlfriend hates the first movie, so, which honestly, I mean, I think the first two are equal for me. If it weren't for Helm's Deep, the second one would be the worst. So, but the first is good. It's good. Super Captain also said, worst movie of 2022.
Does it have to be a movie?
Yeah. Can I just say She-Hulk, please?
Yeah. Movie
Yeah,
wise,
She-Hulk.
I mean, I gotta say Thor: Love and Thunder if we're going for movies.
Yeah. I'll one up that. Yeah.
Probably.
That was pretty
+1.
awful. I didn't watch what's that? What was the one Florence Pugh? Don't Worry, Darling. I did not watch that, but that probably would have been my runner up if I did. So, there was a lot of crap last year. Hopefully this year's better, but that here's for optimism. So, okay, we'll answer. Okay, so there's a couple more here. She thinks Frodo's annoying, but she likes Sam, so that's good. Yep, Frodo is kind of,
He is.
He's Frodo.
I think that's the point.
He's a lot better in the books, though. So, and then what was the last movie you cried in?
Thor: Love and Thunder.
Different tears. Yeah. What kind of crying are you talking about? Tears of joy, or not even joy.
Sorry, I actually cried for Top Gun Maverick.
Really?
I did.
I did like the tears of like oh shoot, like the hype tears. I definitely got some of those healthy tears.
No,
yeah,
I got some tears just because I feel for my boy Goose and then Rooster. And that whole dynamic that got me teary-eyed for sure. And then happy tears when I saw the Tomcat.
Yeah. I in Endgame, I sobbed my eyes out when Tony died. Spoiler alert! If you didn't know.
Oh shoot.
I was like hiccup crying when I saw that.
Sobbing.
It was a hard one, and I cried. Like I think the next 4 times I watched Endgame after that, I still cried. It's dramatic, it's heavy. It's heavy. You grow up with him and then he dies. He sacrifices himself for the world. It's tough stuff, man. And now we cry because of how awful the MCU is. So
yeah. Well, I think we should continue on with our
I agree.
Show here.
Thank you for the comments, questions. We appreciate them. That was fun.
Go ahead and keep asking. We'll get to them when we feel like we can, but we're going to continue on with our show notes here.
Yep. So that's all for news. We're going to go into some articles. So I'm going to do some switcheroo stuff again. So, we'll take a little break here. 1 sec. We'll be right back, guys. Okay. Let me just, because I'm sick of, I got to figure this out. Okay, that might be better. You sure? Well, yeah, I'm going to have to figure this out. Okay, so I want to switch studio mode. Main display properties. Source main display. Oh, Oh yeah, main display. Oh. How do I change? Oh, window projector. Windowed project. Okay. Oh, I see. Window capture. Yep. Okay. All right. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do two then. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make this one Zoom meeting, and then I'll do another one for Opera, so I have both. Yep. Fuck, where'd it go? Sorry, one second. Why am I having issues here? Crap. Come on. What the hell? Dude, it's not working for me. We'll figure this out later. I can't figure this out right now. Frick. Display capture. Okay. Whew. All right. This is agonizing. Why would it switch over? Yep, we good. We are going back. All right, guys, we're back. Technical issues, because I'm a retard, apparently.
He paid himself to say that one.
I did.
Definitely. I think
All
that's in his contract that he drafted for himself. He's got to say it once per episode.
Cool
At least
transition.
one self-deprecating comment.
Self-deprecation. All right. So we're gonna take a look at some articles here. First of which, why am I a retard?
I didn't know that was an article on today's show.
All right, whatever. Here we are, guys. Anyways, so this is the new Dungeons and Dragons movie. And apparently they just came out and said they're intentionally emasculating their leading men. So that's great. That's great to hear, especially right before the show comes out or the movie comes out. So yes, you can plug your socials. Go for it, Super Captain. So the Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves writing team, John Francis, blah, 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 and this Goldstein dude said they intentionally emasculated the film's leading men, though not for wokeness. Okay.
What?
Oh, it's Barrett Kaufman. Ha. Of course it was. I thought we had some rando on here. Nope, it was just Barrett.
It was Barrett. But we love Barrett. And
But we love Barrett. And you know what? He's forgiving, and he understands. Right. He understands we're just people.
Just people.
Surprise. Hey, thanks. Thanks, bro. So Tara doesn't like Lord of the Rings? What?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry what I said.
Yeah, you need to keep her. She's a keeper.
She's a keeper.
Especially
for sure.
Now. especially now. Um, but everything makes sense now with the ex-girlfriend comment to now wife. It all makes sense. That's such a Barrett joke.
It is. Barrett, what was your least favorite movie of 2022?
Yeah, get that loaded up in the chat.
Oh, she's enjoying the podcast. Good. I'm glad. Okay, so while speaking with Variety, Daly and Goldstein discussed how Michelle Rodriguez, Holga the Barbarian, and the Druid, two characters from the D&D show or movie, tend to engage in the front lines of battle compared to their male party members, which we actually did see in the trailer. We're going to review a little bit. This was not an attempt at wokeness, she said. Swear to God, it wasn't. We liked that Holga is the bruiser that does the dirty work for Edgin, and he doesn't like to get his hands dirty. We also love emasculating leading men. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the definition of wokeness, isn't it? Well, one of the definitions, I should say. After reiterating that the reasons did not pertain to woke thinking, the pair explained that they wrote the men that way because they find it funny and fresh. Yeah, fresh means woke.
And it's not fresh at this point. I mean, every single movie emasculates men these days, so it's not fresh. I don't know. Something fresh would actually be the opposite, in my opinion.
Right.
Right.
Let me share this so that you guys can see it too. All right. Okay, so where was I? I was right here. Home Sweet Home Alone I watched in January 22 and definitely the worst of the year. Home Sweet Home Alone. Oh, was that the new sequel to Home Alone?
It's like a reboot /
I heard about
not-
that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
If I watched it, I'd probably put that on the worst list. Probably wouldn't make it my worst though, because Love and Thunder is the worst.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that too. And so far, Quantumania, it's got the cake for this year. So, I'm looking forward to watching Cocaine Bear now over this. So,
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah,
there could be a worse
so
movie though.
Sad about D&D because I'm not a D&D fan, but I was kind of excited to see the movie.
I know. It is kind of sad.
It's an interesting thing to like. They had all the marketing going to like get non-D&D fans interested in this movie, and then I think they kind of killed it with this announcement.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Regardless of the part of each member plays, actor Hugh Grant, who plays the rogue in the film, noted that none of the main characters are particularly good at what they do. I think what I responded to most in the script was that it's all about being losers, another woke kind of message, because it's kind of like the whole, villains are it's just a bunch of misunderstood people, I don't know, it kind of plays into that.
There's no direct good or evil.
Right.
Yeah.
This little band, don't be a dick. Okay. Again.
Ant-Man Quantum.
Ant-Man, freaking MODOK. So,
yeah.
He's not much good. Michelle Rodriguez's character was thrown out of whatever and is still in love with her husband, who's okay, whatever. I don't lies. It's all lies.
It's a shame about Chris Pine. Chris Pine was in the Don't Worry, Darling movie too, right?
He was. Yep.
And wasn't he emasculated in that movie too, or something?
He wasn't emasculated. He was you would call a bigot, I believe. No, he was a misogynist, essentially. In that film. So it was basically, the whole message was like men were lazy and women do all the work, something like that. So yeah. I promise we'll do better next time here, guys. My notes are all over the place here, so we're working on it.
First stream.
You know, I shouldn't apologize. I sound like a lefty right now.
Well, you should. It's.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Are we gonna get into the trailers? I'm kind of excited to cringe.
We do have some more
At these
articles here,
trailers.
but
Okay.
we'll go through these quick. So Jeremy Renner is launching a new show on Disney Plus in April called Renovations. So, you know, I don't really want to talk about this, but it is kind of good to see he's, you know, getting back out there and doing stuff. So,
Yep.
I'm sure he did a lot of this beforehand, but it's good. You know, it would be nice to see some Jeremy Renner stuff. And I think he's doing a lot better. So, also, this is a website called Bleeding Fool. It is a conservative nerd website. So if you want, you know, some good news source, if in the nerdum realm, check out Bleeding Fool. So I just want to share that. Also, there's this one. So this one hits home for me because I do love comics, and essentially, Marvel is refusing to keep Peter Parker and Mary Jane together. So I kind of want to go through this article here. Marvel's proven once again they have no intention of restoring Spidey and Mary Jane's marriage, or even their love affair for that matter. To make matters worse, they watered down the whole subject, but IGN, which IGN sucks, by the way. The roller coaster that is Peter Parker and Mary Jane Watson's relationship has just taken another swerve, and some Amazing Spider-Man readers are very angry. As Marvel inches closer to resolving the big mystery that dominated the current volume of Amazing Spider-Man, the latest chapter of the series features a startling revelation about the current state of MJ and Peter's troubled romance. Read on for a full breakdown on what happened, where Peter and MJ currently stand, and what some fans are saying are having a hard time stomaching. The direction they're going appears to be a classic cliche of superheroes hooking up with other superheroes. So essentially, Spidey's hooking up with Black Cat, and I won't get too into this, but essentially, Mary Jane's with this dude, this like rando dude who's got like 3 kids or something like that, and Peter says he just sees her as a friend. Like, they are one of the most classic relationships in comics. Probably the most classic, or iconic, I should say. And Marvel just keeps screwing it up constantly, you know, and this has been going on for a while. But I'm like, I don't get it. It kind of ties into the old MCU stuff. Nobody cares about what the fans want. And it's pretty frustrating. And, you know, comics keep going down and down and down, and the comic industry is dying. Nobody reads comics. Nobody cares anymore. The stuff that's coming out is woke AF, and it's just all trash. So this is disappointing to see. I'm not really caught up with comics, but this doesn't surprise me, and it makes me just want to read less, honestly. So this is super frustrating to me. And then a couple other articles we have here. This is kind of old news at this point, but I did want to cover it on here. I don't know if you guys grew up with Proud Family when you were kids, but of course Disney has to use it and go with their lefty causes, you know, their lefty messages. So there was this whole video with the Proud Family talking about how slaves built this country. That's literally what they said. They just kept hammering that, and there was this one white girl in the video, and she basically doesn't talk. She just holds up signs, and it's like, wow, okay, I see. So a recent production of Disney's Proud Family put forth yet another false narrative about our nation's history, that only black slaves built this nation. This is an article from the Federalist, but the troubling issue serving the far left propaganda, including critical race theory. So that only slaves built this country. Like, are you serious? that blacks today deserve reparations for every moment we spend submerged in the systematic prejudice, racism, and white supremacy that America was founded on and still has not atoned for. To illustrate this point, the cartoon showcases a picture of a young black man with his palms turned up and the words "Hands up, don't shoot" written on them. This is a kid's show, by the way. The cartoon features predominantly black girls angrily denouncing the founding fathers and at one point shows the presidential images on Mount Rushmore being replaced with the likes of Harriet Tubman, Nat Turner, and Frederick Douglass, the real champions of freedom. Lincoln is deliberately snubbed as the girls proclaim, "We can only free ourselves. Emancipation was not freedom." No context, of course, is applied for these outlandish charges, thus exposing the cartoon for the racist propaganda that it is.
Yeah,
Disney.
and see, that's where the complete BS is, because this whole time is we need reparations, we need this from you, we need that from you, we need this from the white people, and then it says we can only free ourselves. Okay, so you need one side or the other. Like, are you gonna like just sit there and ask for all these things from the white supremacy of the country, the systematically racist system that you talk about, or are you gonna like actually do something good with your life instead of just standing out on the street with a sign and asking for stuff to be given to you from that systematically racist system? Like, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Right. You're literally shooting yourself in the foot.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, yeah. I mean, go watch the video for yourselves. It's pretty hard to watch. But, you know, it's just another thing.
A kid's show, too.
And it's a kid's show. And it's another thing Disney is putting their filth in. And then the last article I wanted to go on, this one just came out today. Meet Kahori, well, however you say it, the newest superhero in Marvel Studios' What If. And to this I say, what the F, not what if. What is this? This isn't I mean, maybe I'm mistaken, but this is not a Marvel character.
Yeah, I don't remember ever hearing anything about this. I mean, I don't know that much, but I'm just thinking of all the what ifs that you could do.
There are so many good what if stories you could do.
Yeah.
It's infinite.
You see in the second paragraph there, it says, "What if asked that happens if the Tesseract fell on Earth and landed on the sovereign Haudenosaunee Confederacy before the..." So this is just...
I'm already falling asleep.
Yeah, this is like, oh, so what if the power didn't fall to a white man and it fell to the Native Americans? Like, that's all this is. So now they're just going to create a BS hero out of it, and it's not going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
I will say,
is this a brand new superhero, or
I
haven't
have
seen anything.
No idea.
I will say
she's already got a Funko though.
If they don't mess it up, this could potentially be a cool character because it's not like any other male counterpart, like I stressed on our Marvel review.
That's true.
But they could ruin it by pandering to the Native Americans and the slavery and slaughter apparently that the colonists are supposed to be paying them for.
And they're really going into the whole colonist thing, you know, Wakanda Forever. That was the entire movie. So
yeah, no hope. Guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah. I don't know about this. But I have a good guess.
A really good guess. You'd probably hit it right on the head.
Yeah. So yep. So that's happening. Let's get into the trailers, and then we'll watch. Then we'll talk about Mando too to kind of close it out. So hopefully we don't get dinged on this. I hope not, but we're gonna try. We'll see. This is the Peter Pan and Wendy trailer that just came out.
Tell me.
I don't think we have any audio for this video.
We don't have any audio. Okay, so let me make sure.
I think you need to do it in Zoom.
I do. You are correct. eh. More technical difficulties, guys. Share sound. All right. Can you hear that?
How did you come to Neverland?
Are you
Lost Boys.
every last one of us?
But you're not all boys.
So?
So,
So
yeah, so.
Why did you need to bring that up? You could have just
So?
gone with, okay, there's some boys and girls in here. We'll just kind of gloss over that. Nope.
Well, that's the thing is I'm pretty sure
It's
I don't don't quote me on it, but I think even in the original Peter Pan, they're all just kids.
they're all boys in the original Peter
Are
Pan.
they?
Yeah.
They are.
Okay.
they are.
Now
think
that
the
movie is
problem
slightly racist,
Well, yeah.
but
I think the problem is they didn't say you shouldn't assume my gender.
right,
That's the problem.
that is the problem.
Right.
It's
right.
like
I'm
to
glad you
me.
pointed that out, Nick.
To me, it's like Rings of Power. It's pointing out the obvious because you think your audience is stupid. It's like,
Or he's
yeah.
just trying to make a point.
Well, it's like you don't need to explain that. You're just you're trying to make a point, but you could have already made your point without saying it. You just sound stupid.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
What is this place? It's home.
Peter found it. Just
That explains everything.
like he found all of us.
It's like he found me.
Oh, and by the way, Peter Pan is Indian. Yep.
I can't tell if that's a girl or a boy.
So,
So,
It's like he found me.
Peter Pan?
Were you expecting someone else?
yep.
So, I'm just gonna keep saying it through the whole trailer.
All right, how many check boxes have we gotten at this point? We need some trannies in here.
I've got 3.
We got women. We got the woman in the name, Wendy.
4.
Check. We got black. We got mixed race. Lead. We got girls in the Lost Boys.
What do you say, boys? You ready for an adventure?
It looks very far away.
Isn't that the kid from It? Isn't that Georgie? That's
might be.
Georgie. Hiya, Georgie.
Now you're in a real horror movie.
Pennywise is running the opposite direction. No!
Away.
It's closer than you think.
There! Look!
What is it that you're afraid of, my love? Perhaps I don't want to grow up.
This trailer.
Hold the past in your heart, but where you go from here, it's up to you.
There's another one. Now, before you say, oh, but Nathan, they were in the original movie. Yes. But do you think she's going to be a lead? Like the hero, probably, of this, along with Wendy?
No, I think it's gonna be Black Tinkerbell.
You could be right. You could be right.
Could be like Hook. Tinkerbell.
I
has-
think Hook's the hero in this movie if he catches all of them.
Hook's going to be misunderstood. I'm telling you right,
Right.
now. I'm calling
yeah.
it right
You're
now.
right. You're right. I think the crocodile is gonna be my favorite character.
$50 says Shmi is gay.
Probably. It's going to be Josh Gad.
Four- four-
Wendy, Moira, Angela,
It's Jude Law, by the way.
Where is Peter Pan?
Why is he on a horse? He can fly. Ah, my gosh. Stupid movie logic, people. Stupid movie logic, once again. Oh, man. Let's rewind. Let's get the replay.
Yeah, little girl takes down 3
Watch
pirates.
watch the guy on the right. Watch the guy all the way to the right. Did you catch that?
Yeah, he
Yep.
flew away.
He has no
without even-
contact with her sword. What the frick?
I mean, she could have the Force. Disney does own Star Wars. I guess
they
could...
do.
Where did he even come from? There is no way.
Hey, it's just.
I
a
don't
trailer.
care
We
about
they
pixie
did a cut.
dust.
They did a cut take so in the trailer. So
Apparently, a little faith, trust, and pixie dust can shake off 3 grown men, and you don't even have to touch one of them.
nope.
A little faith and
Come on,
trust.
You should know how magic works.
Yeah.
All right, continue. Please close this out.
And there you go, guys. Peter Pan and Wendy.
Love it. I love it.
What a gay name.
Why can't you just be Peter Pan?
I know.
All
They're
right.
you know what they're doing
I'm
is
surprised it's not Wendy and Peter Pan.
they're just slowly rewriting all the classics.
Slowly. I think this is a pretty rapid pace, if you ask me.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's true. It's rapidly. If you thought that was bad,
Please, no, don't do it.
get ready for Seth Rogen's brand new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie that checks even more boxes, I would say.
Can we just watch this?
A new generation.
I can already see where this is going.
Stay still. Stay still. Now.
Let's try that again, but with ninja stars.
Hey, why did we pick a fruit shaped exactly like my head?
Black.
Stop talking. You're ruining my concentration.
You're fine. Chill.
$10 says he's gay.
He's gonna die.
Make it 20.
Wait, did you hear that? What was that? Well, nothing we can do. You guys want to grab pizza?
Can I kick it? Can I kick it? Can I kick it? Can I kick it? What the heck are those things? They look like little Shreks to me. Can I kick it? Can I kick it?
Oh, we've prepared our whole lives for this.
Can I kick it?
Oh my, I'm gonna be sick.
Leo, what happened?
Yeah, he's definitely gay.
He's for sure gay.
Sorry, continue.
Oh my, I'm gonna be sick.
Leo, what happened? Is Donnie bleeding?
It was an accident. Mikey, watch out!
These don't even feel like the Ninja Turtles. Their characters are just way off. It's like they're using like templates and recreating them. That did not feel like Michelangelo at all. What the heck?
So you were baby turtles who made contact with mystery goo.
You see her body weight there? That's another thing.
With mystery
Nope, can't body
goo.
shame here.
Well, we prefer the term ooze, but yeah.
It's like more like it's just nicer.
It rolls off the tongue better, yeah.
Ooze. It's nice, right?
What does that remind you of, Nick?
Oh no.
Oh no.
John Cena.
Dang. Holy smokes. What a waste of a star-studded
Turtles.
cast.
Did she break the stairs coming down?
Oh gosh.
All right. I might be wrong in this assessment, but are they trying to make Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles black?
I think they are.
Because that would be implying that black culture comes from the sewer.
And that's racist.
And I don't agree with that, but that is racist. Just my first thought. And Leo is definitely
Donatello.
Leo's gay.
Donnie.
No, down it.
No, Donnie's gay.
Donnie is
Donnie.
gay. She was a redhead, a white redhead in every depiction of
Every single one.
TMNT.
Even the live actions.
Wasn't
you-
it Megan Fox in the last 2 movies?
yeah.
But
True.
wasn't she a redhead?
She was not.
I don't think so.
She didn't dye her hair red? You sure?
If you want a good rant on this, go check out Razor Fist. Razor Fist is part of he was kind of the creator of the Iron Age, which is the new movement which I've talked about on this podcast of conservative content that's going to trying to come up with an alternative to all the woke crap of today. The Iron Age is kind of started with him, but he did a pretty great rant on this. So if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. But yeah, she was a white redhead, and now she is a skinny white redhead, and now we have to change every aspect of that for this. Swap it out.
Swap it out.
Yep. All right. I think you're getting the clear message here. Ready for the last woke one? We kind of talked about this already, but here we go.
On your knees.
Okay, chop it off.
Chop it off. Let's do it.
Let the women do all the work.
Oh, we got him now. You know what? I'm thinking they're probably sharper stairs somewhere else.
We're thieves, but we help
And you have the nerve to use Led Zeppelin. How dare you?
the wrong person steal the wrong thing and unleash the greatest evil the world has ever known.
The Red Wizards
Kinda looks like
created
Diablo.
an army of the undead.
Sounds lovely.
Quite the opposite.
I know I was being ironic.
I find irony is a blade that cuts
Marvel
people
humor.
most especially.
You're not a lot of fun, are you? How are we gonna pull this off?
We're gonna need a team.
Black dudes and women.
The orifice.
The orifice?
I'll go last.
I don't mind that. He missed.
No, that's not good. Aren't you sick of failing? We could die.
There's worse things than dying.
Being in this movie.
I lost everything that ever mattered to me, and if we quit now, that's for nothing.
I don't want to see you die, which is why I'm going to leave the room.
This ends now.
Fat Dragon.
Hey, don't fat shame the dragon.
The bridge is protected by an ancient trap. We must not trigger the mechanism.
I may have.
Ha 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 ha.
Sorry.
It's really disappointing because there are a lot of good things that are in that trailer.
Yeah, it looks
A
like
lot of good things.
It looks like Diablo kind of.
The action looks insane.
That dragon's like, guys, I need a gosh dang
pizza.
Man, what a disappointment. I'm still gonna watch it, but what a disappointment.
You have to watch it. Yep.
That's why I'm gonna still watch it.
Yeah.
No words. That's it. That's all we got for the trailers. I'm
That's
done cringing. I
all
thought I
we
was
got.
ready to cringe. I'm not.
Yeah.
Man.
Oops. I'm sharing my notes right now with all of you fine people. And by that, I mean Barrett pretty much only.
I don't think he's here anymore, but that's okay.
No, he left. He for sure left. Well,
Kind of a good segue into Mando because of what we saw there too.
Yeah.
Let's get
Why?
into some Mando talk.
Okay.
Well, yeah. We have some interesting things to think about this year. More woke stuff, but I'll be completely honest about Mando. It was better than episode 1, but I was still pretty disappointed. I'm sorry. I felt like it was constantly like I was like, oh, this isn't so bad. Oh no. That's what I felt like the entire time. And I'll kind of explain my thoughts on that. But Tyler, since you actually enjoyed it, I'll let you go first.
Yeah. I texted our group chat and I said this probably was one of the best Mandalorian episodes. In
And
my
I
opinion.
spit my coffee out.
That's okay. Let me get into it. One, we got to see Mandalore, which is super exciting. So that in of itself, I think is amazing. We're going back to the home planet. We're gonna get some old stuff sorted out for our main character, Mando, Din Djarin. And so I think like that's a cool little thing that they are finally getting into. So on that same element, the reason I think that this was one of the best episodes is all of the tie-ins that they bring in from Clone Wars and other material, like Legends, and making them canon. I think that's super valuable to the universe in of itself. And I think that is what makes this episode really good. We get to see Bo-Katan Kryze in action again. I love that. She stayed true, in my opinion, to her Clone Wars character. We got to see Darksaber action from Bo-Katan, a previous wielder of it. We got to see Mando struggle again, but kind of starting to figure it out. So I like that dynamic. I know you probably did not like that she was better than he was in combat in this episode. That's going to be probably your main talking point.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's actually not.
I thought maybe
I understand
maybe
why
you were-
I understand why she's better.
Right. And that's why I think it was okay in this instance. She was a previous wielder of the Darksaber. She knows how to use it.
Yep.
It agrees with her.
I agree with you.
And I thought it was sick how she took down that spider. I wasn't necessarily a fan of how it kept getting into different like bodysuits and bigger. I was like, just stab it in the eye.
I know the
Please.
eye
Just
was kind
stab
of
it in its eye.
body horror, honestly. It was kind of creepy.
And it was
thought
like
it was-
sucking Mando's blood.
Yeah.
You know, episode 5, Emperor Strikes Back when they're in the garbage. Or no,
Mhm.
I'm sorry,
It's A New Hope.
That's New Hope.
Yeah, it's
that's
A New Hope.
Gosh, that's New Hope. It was the eye that like came out of the trash.
Yeah.
Kind of. Well, the
As
eye
if
didn't have
now-
that didn't have like a human looking eye though. This one was like an angry look. It was creepy.
Yeah. It looked like a beast of some sort.
It did look good,
Um,
I will say. Well, go ahead.
I'm kind of excited that we've got the Mandalorian creatures as well. I do think they look a little cheesy, but it didn't bother me. And then the final, oh boy, we got to see a Mythobeast, which is pretty insane.
That was pretty
That's
cool.
insane. And it's alive. So, and it didn't kill Mando, it just dragged him down. And so the Mythobeast is a sign of things to come. And honestly, they could ruin it and make it bad, but I hope we get to see
Probably.
Mando riding the Mythobeast with a Darksaber. Because that's what Mandalorians are known for, and that's why it's their sigil, is they were the only ones able to tame and ride Mythobeasts before they went extinct. So I think this is going to be a really cool tie in there.
I thought it was
him and the Mythobeast.
It's a Mythobeast? I thought it was a Mythosaur.
Maybe it's a Mythosaur. Mythos something.
Not a true fan.
You're probably right. But anyway, the Mythosaur / Mythobeast, whatever it is the sigil of the Mandalorian that we see all the way back.
Yeah, it's a
with
Mythosaur.
Boba Fett.
Mythosaur.
Okay, Mythosaur, all the way back to Boba Fett. I mean, that's his call sign. Everybody's like, "Oh, that's Boba Fett's symbol," but they've expanded it to actually being a symbol of Mandalore and the history from Legends. And this is a Legends tie-in, not a Clone Wars tie-in, of the Mandalorians being able to ride Mythosaurs, and that kind of being a unique ability to Mandalorians only. We get to see Mandalorian armor.
But I was surprised it was in the water, though. That's not a thing about Mythosaurs? I thought they were land creatures.
Maybe it had to adapt with. I don't know. We didn't get to see it that long, and so I don't really know what's going on with it. But it was cool to see it. Regardless.
It was very cool to see. I will say that, yeah.
And so my favorite part probably was getting to see Bo-Katan's plasma shield. Those are finally canon.
That was cool.
Outside of Clone Wars, which is super sick to see.
That's fair.
I hope Mando gets one. So plasma shields, her yellow blasters, but I think we saw that in season 2. Her Death Watch blasters. So just a lot of things from outside of the normal. I'm a big fan of getting outside of the Skywalker storyline. And I think that's why I enjoy more of this newer Star Wars era than most people. It's like, I want to get outside of a Skywalker skyline or storyline. And I was super excited that we were doing that with the last trilogy with Palpatine. But
What's
then
her
she
name?
decided she wanted to be a Skywalker.
Skywalker. Rey Skywalker.
Rey Skywalker. No, you're not.
Bitch, no, you're not.
So I thought this was a fantastic episode. It kept me on the edge of my seat. I knew Mando wasn't going to die, but I was still like, okay, what's going to happen here? Grogu kind of getting a little cheesy, I'd say. But I do like that he's getting a little more character.
Big nod.
Yeah. I like that he's getting more character, but I think they need to tone down the cheese and the cute factor with that.
That's my whole problem with this. I think that's my biggest problem with this season. It's like the whole point is like, oh, people like Baby Yoda, and this show would be nothing without him. So we're gonna somehow bring him back in the Boba Fett show, and then we're just gonna keep showing cute Baby Yoda.
Right. Yeah. And I don't necessarily agree with that, but I think for all the other reasons that I listed as a good episode, they redeem that, and I can look past the cheesy jump flips to the ship. I just think, I love Bo-Katan Kryze as a character. I love Mandalorian history, and so seeing this episode got me really excited.
Yeah, I think Bo-Katan was really cool, and I think if you see her in Clone Wars, and also she's in Rebels, right, for a little bit.
I think she interacts with Sabine.
A little bit. Yeah.
Sabine. That's right.
I think you can appreciate her character a little more in this show, even though like it can seem a little annoying. I don't
mind her character at all.
Yeah, I think she's a really cool character. I'm more annoyed at actually Mando. I think he needs to step it up and I don't know. There's something off about him. He's not.
You know what's off about him? It's Pedro Pascal. That's what's off about him.
Pansy Pascal.
Pascal.
I think I see what you're saying. I agree. He needs to step up, but I also think maybe it's not a great idea, but I think the toll of being cast out of his tribe is kind of weighing on him because he was accepted by them as a child and he knows nothing else. And then he meets this character who's an actual Mandalorian, and she's like, "Nah, you guys are full of BS. Like, they exist, but you don't actually need to do all this crap." So like he's kind of conflicted, and I think he's just not mentally there. And I'm not necessarily a fan of like making this guy go through mental like issues. Like that's not what I want. But I do think there is something to be said. Like this dude's got a lot going on. And I think they're trying too hard to like make that apparent when they could just be like, I don't know, in a different way, like maybe in a dialogue way, just be like, I've got a lot going on. Like I'm just trying to figure out my way in the universe, you know, instead of like making him struggle and us trying to have to interpret it as such.
Yeah.
That's just my kind of take as I'm thinking through that.
This was my thought when the episode opened. Now this is pod racing.
Dude, no way. I literally said that out loud to myself. Did you see? So I don't know if you saw, but at the end of their like little circuit, the one like spun out in the corner and then came back and went out. I was like, this is pod racing.
Yep.
Oh man.
And you guys didn't see because I put it up on the screen, but it was the SpongeBob meme where he's like, you know.
That's good.
Nick, why don't you give your thoughts?
No, I think overall it was not bad. I think the mystery element added a lot to it.
I did like that because I do like horror movies, so it felt a little bit like horror genre.
Yeah, or thriller. Suspense.
It's more thriller, but yeah.
Yeah. No, so I was cool. The what were whatever those creatures were called, I forget. They were kind of cheesy, like a little bit. It was better when they were moving around fast than when you actually focused on your face. You're like,
you could tell they were puppets, like the ones laying in the sewer pipes and on the ground. You could tell they were puppets.
I know. I was like, what the heck was the point? I was like, who are they? Why are they there? Like, what are they doing on Mandalore? Why did he jump out of nowhere when Grogu was popping out? Like, I was like, this feels like a filler thing.
Well, they did explain, and I can't remember if this
we're talking about like the weird guys with the multiple eyes, right? Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't remember if they're canon or not. Or
I think there's like one episode in Clone Wars where they make an appearance. I could be wrong about that. But
I don't think in Clone Wars, unless I can't remember. I never watched Rebels, but
I'll check Wikipedia. But go ahead and keep going.
Wikipedia.
Yeah. And I actually did like Bo-Katan. I think she's a cool fighter, and when she did pick up the Darksaber, that was
and she
pretty
gave
cool.
it back. That was the first thing I leaned over to my wife, and I was
know.
Like, now, does she give it back or does she keep it?
Yeah.
I was like, was this just a way for her to get the Darksaber again? It's like, what was the whole point of that then?
Because she was gonna kill him if it wasn't Grogu coming back.
Yeah. You know, I think he should have. Well, I know that she wouldn't have accepted it because she needs to actually win it in Conquest. But her with the Darksaber and him with that the spear. Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, but Beskar can't be used for weapons.
Yeah, I guess so. But it's still cool.
All right, so are you done?
Yeah.
Because I'm about to rant. So,
oh boy,
I'll just kind of read through my notes. I'm trying to remember. So it opened up with, I was like, now this is pod racing. I wrote this bitch again, annoying. I don't know who I was talking about.
The mechanic.
The mechanic. Yes, I was like, are you serious? We're back with her.
Pelimoto.
I'm sorry. She's a terrible actress. I can't stand her character. So I was like, oh, okay. More Baby Yoda pandering. Literally the entire episode was Baby Yoda pandering. It's like every moment they can take, it's like, oh, there's Grogu. He pops out of nowhere. It's like, we get it. Stop. You're overdoing it. And it's so annoying. Gosh, it's like you're making me hate Baby Yoda. And that's like, I don't want to hate Baby Yoda. But you're making
Nobody
me
wants to
hate
hate
Baby
Baby.
Yoda. Resent. I shouldn't say hate. I resent Baby Yoda.
It's a shame that we couldn't have seen a little more maturity over the 3 seasons. And by maturity, I mean like actually.
Well, I understand that because Yoda is pretty old and it took him a long time to get, they age slowly. So I get that.
True.
But I don't know. It's just. It still feels like a video game to me. Like, even the way they talk about it, it's like, oh, yep, I got to go do this thing before I can do this thing. I need to do this thing to get to continue the quest. It feels like a video game to me. And, maybe that's fine, but it just feels like it's written by an AI bot. I don't know. It's just weird. Just feels off to me. Maybe that's not a bad thing, but he even said, "Oh, here's our mini map." I was like, "Yep, mini map. It's the mini map." Still feels like a video game.
I think that little portion was like kind of showing like they've been together and he's trying to teach him things.
Yeah.
And like that kind of came in handy in that episode right away. Like, oh,
Right.
like this is how we're gonna find each other. Like you're gonna find Bo-Katan. Like Bo-Katan lives over there, and then later on, go get Bo-Katan. Like that was kind of okay, whatever. But I think like it's trying to show like Baby Yoda, Grogu. He's kind of matured, but he's still like a baby, and like he acts as such. And then he like every once in a while has like these brilliant acts of like
it doesn't make any
knowledge
sense.
and
His
maturity.
yeah.
So it's a little out of sync, I think.
It is, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He does not make sense at all.
Honestly, of all the things we're seeing these days, stuff like that doesn't even bother me because I take stuff like that.
Maybe that's why it's rolling off my back. Maybe I'm just so callous to MCU that when I come to something that I truly love and don't want to see go down the toilet, I kind of just like look past these like super minor things that maybe would have bothered me otherwise. I don't know.
Yeah. I will say Mandalore looked pretty dope. I really liked Mandalore. That was cool. It looked like the Clone Wars Mandalore just blown up, so I really liked that. I liked the whole edge of, like we were just talking about, I like the whole edge of the episode where it's very thriller-esque, suspenseful. I like that element. From a film perspective, I enjoyed it. From a plot wise, I hated it. Yeah, the whole alien stuff was it felt like very just random to me.
Yeah, so
same with
the Alamites are brand new.
Same with the giant crab dude. I'm like, okay, I mean, like, I get you're trying to do some stuff to help the story, but why are they here? Who are they? What, like, the whole thing with the dude, it's like you didn't even pay it off in the end. Bo-Katan just kind of killed him. Was it just a way to get Bo-Katan there? Maybe, but it just seemed like a really weird way to do it. And
it was nice in Clone Wars and Rebels when they would go places, and granted, I know it's a little different now because the Empire, right? The Empire is destroyed at this point, right? Yeah, the Empire is fallen. But it was nice when they came across stormtroopers, or they came across what are they called? Not enforcers. Who are the Sith?
Inquisitors.
Inquisitors. Yeah. Yeah, stuff like that rather than this like kind of random stuff.
It's like Ant-Man again. It's like random stuff that you kind of just have to gloss over. It's like, I don't believe you though, and that just takes me out of it. The giant crab dude kind of felt like the giant hands in Elden Ring, if you're familiar with that. I thought that was funny. Immediately thought about that.
I just thought of a cockroach. Like, it never dies. Like, this is kind of how I thought about it.
But the giant hands in Elden Ring, if you grab, usually they're like right underneath. You can see their fingertips. They're under the ground. You can see they're like, there's something, a loot you can grab, and then they get you, you know. That felt like that. I wrote, Bo-Katan needs to save Mando's ass. It's like, immediately, Mando's in trouble, and of course Bo-Katan has to help him. And it's not that I don't like Bo-Katan. It's not that I don't think she should be as portrayed as she is. I do think that. It's just the fact that, like, Mando shouldn't need saving like that, you know? I think that's kind of silly. And it's
that's
like
what I was saying. I think it's more on him,
right?
If anything, like,
he
should be a lot better.
It's kind of emasculating, as it feels like a little bit, for no reason at all, because Mando's a badass. It's like, why are you doing that?
Pansy Pascal.
Yep. And does she just sit on a throne all day? What does she do? Both scenes we've seen her, she's just kind of sitting on a chair. It's like, what do you do?
I mean, nothing. She can't. Like, the only way she can do anything is, well, all her people left her. Like, remember, she had a crew.
Yeah.
They all abandoned her. She's literally a queen without a kingdom or a throne or power at all. Like, she is the rightful heir of Mandalore. She can't do anything about it except for kill Din. And she's not going to do that because, like, even you can see that conflict in her head when she sees the N1 coming through. She's like, all right, I got to put an end to this. Like, I've got to do something about it. And then it's Grogu. It's freaking Grogu. And she's like, well, where's your dad? and like, literally, she says, where's your dad? And and he's like, follow me. And then she saves him, gives the Darksaber back. And, like, now we're in this, like, friendship. Like, she's starting to realize, like, okay, maybe he's not, maybe I can get him to see the true ways of Mandalore. And so she's kind of conflicted because she wants him on his side, but she wants the throne of Mandalore. And I think, like, that conflict in her, but, like, she has nothing else to do. Like, what's she going to do?
It's kind of interesting because she's giving him a hard time for believing in all this, like, cult stuff, like this is the way and all that. But she also kind of believes in a cultish thing of she can't accept the Darksaber unless she wins it in battle.
In combat. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not really a cultish thing. That's
right. No, I mean,
but I see what you're saying. Like, they have their set beliefs, their core beliefs, and they're not willing to, they're stubborn about them, and they don't see eye to eye. And they're both like, well, why do you feel this way? Like, why can't I just give you the Darksaber like you want? I don't want it. I can't use it. Why can't I just give it to you? And she's like, I can't take it. And then
we're like, just make out already.
She's like, dude, take your helmet off to eat this soup I made you. And he's like, I can't do that.
Eat this soup? Like, you mean eat this? No.
First of all, you're already banished from your tribe. Like, anything you do now, I see the SpongeBob. Anything that you do right now, like, you're gonna negate when you bathe in the water. So take your helmet off, go breathe some air, dude. Like, come on. I don't know. I guess that's the rantish part about it. But I still think it was a really good episode.
Yeah. So I think I'll keep going through my stuff here, but I thought it was funny that there was so much urgency from Grogu to go get Bo-Katan and come back. And then they walk so slow. I'm like, what are you doing? Go!
So loud. It's like,
I know.
Stop talking so loud. Like, you're trying to be sneaky.
Seriously. I thought that was stupid. And yeah, again, I was like, okay, this could be a way for her to get the Darksaber. Apparently it wasn't. And then Mando's like, how did you find me? Let me think about that for 5 minutes. Oh, that's right. You sent freaking Grogu to get her. The mini map.
Yes.
Stupid. So
He had a
stupid.
quest trail.
This was at a point where I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. Oh, nope, this is not good anymore. It's just dumb, stupid logic I can't stand. It just takes me right out of it. Just it felt like a joke to me because his whole thing was to go to the living waters, and this was so serious, and they were making it all ominous, and then she's like, oh, I'll just take you there. Yep, we'll go there in 5 seconds. And I was like, oh, I thought this would be like a whole like adventure, for him to find the living waters. Nope, she just showed him in a minute. And then,
but I think that's the point. Like, it's not as sacred. I think it's a good thing. I don't think it's as sacred as his cult is making it out to be, and that's the point that Bo-Katan is making.
Sure.
Like,
yeah,
it's not a journey. Like, it's not that big of a deal. You can go do whatever you want in them. They're not what your tribe is telling you. That's I think that was the point. Was like, okay, like I can show you the living waters. Like, no big deal.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, and if we instead of this being the entire show, maybe we'll actually get something better.
Yeah, I'm actually glad it's not the entire show of him just looking for the living waters.
Well, I wasn't thinking the whole show would be like that, but
but
I was just surprised how quickly they got there. So, and yeah, I mean, obviously, it was pretty predictable that he was going to get sucked under. Obviously.
Oh yeah, I was like, oh, I knew that was going.
Yep, knew that was coming.
My wife was watching, and she's like, "Watch this, suck." And right as she said it, just and I was like, "Stop that."
That's funny.
And I was like, "Oh, she's got to save him again. Here we go."
Can we just talk about how fast he got to the bottom?
I know.
And then she like jetpacked to chase him, and it was like way longer. Like,
right.
Anyways,
it's just like Mando's pathetic at this point. It's so sad. I would say the episode turned around quite a bit when I saw the mythosaur. I had to rewind. I was like, oh shoot. Because I was like kind of half paying attention, then I saw it. I'm like, what the heck? What? So I thought the episode as a whole was kind of silly, but I enjoyed parts of it. I enjoyed the thematic parts of it, and I enjoyed the mythosaur at the end. So, that helped. That helped a lot. It was a better episode than the first episode. I will not say it's one of the better episodes of the show. Season 1, you can't beat season 1. So, yeah, it was fine.
That's so interesting to me because you just complained about it being like a video game, and I feel like season 1 was so quest bound. Like, that's literally all he's doing is quests. I don't know. I just find that silly.
Yeah, but that's like the bounty hunter thing, though,
Sure,
but he doesn't explain what he's doing. He just does it, Whereas in this, he's like, I'm doing this now, and I need to do this to complete this part, and here's the mini map. It's like, it just seems. Again, it's like it's like explaining everything. You don't need to do that.
Right, but like, let's go back to our video game analysis here. When you're playing an RPG, you get to know characters through the story.
Mm-hmm.
And when you interact with those characters again for something further down the story, it's a different interaction, and like, you can explain more to them because you have previous encounters. So I feel like, the Tatooine lady, a little crazy, kind of annoying, whatever. He's like, I need a droid. Like, you got me this ship, tune it up. Like, there's this knowledge between them. Like, tune up my ship. I can tell you a little more about what I'm doing, but I need a droid part. She's like, I can't find it. You can take this astromech. And he's like, I guess that'll do. But like, that dialogue only happens because he trusts her.
Mm-hmm.
And like, he only does that with people he trusts or has interacted with. He's not doing that with brand new characters.
Right.
If he was doing it with brand new characters, then I would agree with you. But because he's like Grief Karga, he did it with Grief. He did it with Bo-Katan. He's done it with Pela Moda. So like, all these characters he's already known.
Oh, that's her name?
Some sort of relationship.
Okay. I did know.
Or Peli, something like that. He's developed relationship with these characters. And I think that's the growth that we've seen in Mando. He realizes the value of the people around him, and he can share more with them to get their help because he knows he can't do everything by himself. And granted, I'm not a fan of how weak he's becoming. I do agree, like, it was silly he couldn't just kill IG-11 when it was going crazy in the first episode. He like missed every shot like a stormtrooper. And then the Alamites, he kind of fought back the first wave, and then like I don't know, just his awareness is down really low for like the scenario he was in, to be trapped by that spider cockroach thing.
Yeah.
So I just think like he knows people, he's got connections now. He's learned that if he uses his friends, he's got, as cheesy as it sounds, he's stronger in a pack. And I think that's why he wants to get back to his tribe, because he knows he's stronger with his tribe instead of being a solo man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fair.
But like I said, I'm always going to be the Star Wars pro guy, unless I absolutely have to be the con guy.
Yeah.
So take what I say with a grain of salt. As a high enthusiast for Star Wars, I'm always going to find the positives despite some of the negatives.
Grain of spice.
Grain of spice. Spice runners for Boba Fett?
Yes. Yeah. So, I don't know. I'd probably rate it 7, maybe.
7.
Maybe 6.5.
high.
Maybe 6.5.
That's what you gave the first one, right? 6.5.
Okay. You know, I'll give the first one 5.5, and I'll give this one a 6.5. How about that?
Okay. That's fair.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Nick, what's your?
Probably a 7.5. Yeah.
Yeah. So my first one was 6.5. I'm giving this one an 8.5.
Oof, okay. High level there. We have to see how the
That
rest
might
of the
come
season
down a little
goes.
bit with the rest of the season.
Yeah.
But with everything that they introduced from Legends and Clone Wars, I think that's far more valuable than cheesy Alamites and like trying to get a story filler.
Yeah.
I feel like everything that they brought in justifies that in a way to give it that score.
Yeah. Okay. Very well. You'll have to wait and see what Zach thinks about it. But
he did say he thought it was pretty good.
He liked
but
it.
I can't read him over text, so maybe he's more like a 7.5. But I won't speak for him.
Right.
Yeah. That's just where I'm gauging he's probably going to be.
Yeah.
Probably fair.
But yeah. So that's all we had to talk about tonight. So, we will be having a Star Wars rant eventually. So we're going to be building towards that here. So
I've kind of shown my hands.
Yes, you have.
Based on this discussion.
Right. So won't happen for a little while here, but eventually will happen. But yeah, so thanks for listening. And thanks for tuning in. Thanks for Barrett for chatting with us and sending us some questions. That was pretty fun. So if you haven't already, check us out on our socials. We have Instagram. We have Twitter. We have Facebook. We even have the communist TikTok. We're on there. Not for reasons we want to be, just for
exposure reasons.
Exposure. So if you haven't checked us out there, they're all on our link tree. Those are in the description of this episode, so go check that out. We also have a Discord server, if you haven't, figured that out by now. So please go join our server. Chat with us, send us your questions. We'll talk to us throughout the week. And finally, catch me playing Hogwarts Legacy every week on twitch.tv/talking_nerds. I will be going live hopefully Monday again. And you can always catch the replay on Twitch. And I am also playing hard mode. So, I'm a pro Twitch streamer here. So just kidding. So yeah, make sure to send us your questions once again on Discord or any of our socials. Please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. That helps us get some exposure with the algorithms. So go do that. And
5 stars on Spotify.
And 5 stars. Yeah, it always helps us out. So thank you so much, guys, for listening. And we'll catch you next week. Take care.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye. think I just need
And
another
maybe-
scene, maybe.
And maybe more preparation.